One hour. All right, welcome everybody. We are tuning in here on Sunday night, and my Red Sox have just coughed up a lead to the Yankees going for a sweep. So, Sonny Gray had a chance at a no hitter if you were watching that, and then he gave that up, and then 2 runs to the Yankees. So hopefully, Yawggy will give me the update that the Red Sox will pull this out in the bottom of the ninth while we record.
I've got it up on my other screen right now. I'll let you know.
So we're doing the pacing episodes. We're at the halfway mark here, and then any games you were able to watch this week? While we just talk about the weekly level before we kind of take a zoom out.
I was watching. Who was it? Was it Tampa that was throwing a combined no hitter earlier in the week? I watched a little bit of that game actually. Before it got
Kimbrel
deep,
coughed that one up. Sadly.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so I caught a little bit of that game. Other than the Rangers games, yeah, that's about it.
Yep. Also, so Kepler's on here because if you do have the MLB package and you can tune in, Brian Anderson had some spicy comments about a Kepler fly ball. So it's worth looking into that. Also, the Rays announcers are like, if you just are tuning in to have noise, the Dwayne Statz and Brian Anderson from the Rays, like they talk like nobody's listening. Like it is absolutely like major league. like where they're just saying stuff that other
they just don't care. No repercussions for anything they say. Yeah,
yeah. It's like you can't say that on the air. Nobody's listening anyway. So awesome. We were getting closer to the trade deadline. I think we had our first I would say material trade of the season. I would say. Is there anybody I'm missing? You got traded?
No, that's about it. I guess there was some minor stuff earlier. Yeah, but this is decent. Decent.
Yeah, this is someone who's actually played a good bit. So Peterson gets traded from the Mets over to the Cubs, and we're talking about what this means for the 2026 set. So Peterson brings a good bit of starts with him. I don't know if he's got 16. So what that means is probably Jameson, is it Taillon?
Taillon, yeah. Jameson
Yeah,
Taillon.
he's probably going to get bumped off here if it's chalk all the way through. Obviously, injuries will play a part. And then Senga.
Yeah, Senga's already been pushed to the pen. He hasn't been starting for them.
He's got like an ERA in like the tens, doesn't he? Like,
Yeah, he's in the pen. I think he's getting bumped even. He's going to be one of those phantom IL. Like, oh, wait, I got a blister now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there, but yeah.
All to say, not good for the Mets that they're losing a competent player for their 2026 roster.
Right.
I don't know that they were going to field 20 of those with Peterson. And then the Cubs probably were going to have 20 competent players, and they're probably going to have one end up in like the pennant run set.
Right, yeah. They can see somebody there getting pushed.
Yeah, they have a bunch of, I mean, not that they have a ton of like studs, but they have like, their guys at least like pitch and get people out from time to time.
Yeah.
So, awesome. All right. So we are going to go into the quarterly review here. So we're looking ahead to the 2026 set. That was what the trade there was about. So we're at the halfway mark. Some teams are just a little bit beyond it. Some teams are at exactly 81 games. This was the quarter-way pacing. Couple of names on here, folks who were doing well. Want to just hop ahead. Just wanted to show everybody this. We had 5 folks on the 55 pace tier, which is historically that's been our 10, 16 to 20. That's the McGuire tier. And then basically every 10 home runs off 55 will drop you down. You'll lose 1 home run off your chart. So, quick skip over. Yawggy, what are you noticing?
Not a lot in that upper tier anymore.
Yeah, thins out pretty quick.
Yeah, it does. Even if you combine even the top 2 tiers, you compare that to the quarter mark, or even compare that to the 2025 set. It's looking rather thin.
Yep. So the 2025 set is pretty rich at the top. You have 4 people who end up in that top elite tier, like the 10, 16 to 20, or whatever the equivalent would be based on their on base. That's a lot. I don't know that there's any set outside of like, I don't know, the late, kind of the late 90s, early 2000s that can boast that.
Yeah, I think you said prior to even the season starting that we enjoy the power surge while you had it in 2025, because in 2026 there's no way I was going to replicate that.
Yeah, most sets have 1, maybe 2. A lot of sets have 0.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not crazy for the leader in home runs to be like 43. I mean, that's
Right. Yep.
that's pretty low. That's pretty low, but it's like, okay, that's like, so those sets just look a little bit more compressed. You don't have, these elite tier level guys. All I have to say, Schwarber is, so we recorded, these are the stats as of Saturday. Schwarber would hit one today on Sunday, so he's at 30 proper home runs in the triple. So he is well ahead of pace. Not well, no, decently ahead of pace. He still has work to do. But he's
it took him a late surge over the last couple weeks to get to this pace too. I mean, so if he can maintain from here, that's the big thing.
Yeah, so Alvarez and Buxton have kind of gone cold, and Rice have gone cold, and then Hunter Goodman just went, and Caminero have gone nuclear. There were a couple guys who've just gone like white hot.
Yeah, Caminero. I was impressed with Akamoto. Saw him, the Toronto guy, and he doesn't get much buzz in the media, but just a short plug there for him as far as what he can do. I think he's top 5 with strikeout rate, but he can hit the ball a mile.
So Murakami from this list is the one because he's been injured for so long. He's probably going to end up in the higher tier, especially if he takes if he loses another month and then finishes the year with 30. Like he'll just get prorated up because he's lost so much time.
Yeah, the rate needs to be factored in there. So
yeah, you can't get prorated up to the highest tier on this list, but you can get bumped up.
Well, I haven't seen what his OBP is either, and he's not a 10 for sure.
Yeah. Well, so let's. So anybody here that looks like it would be interesting.
Well, there's some exciting. I think James Wood, just an exciting player. I think his card could be really interesting. Just the chart and the speed and what he can do there. That would be an interesting card. Gunnar is going to be really interesting. Gunnar Henderson, kind of low contact, high power kind of guy. It'd be interesting to see how his season goes there. That could be interesting. He had
the 10 this past year, and I don't know that he's going to get that this year.
Yeah. Seeing Ohtani, lower pace on home runs. That 16 to 20 he has this year with the 10 on base is a monster card. So it's kind of interesting to see. We're talking about two-faced card with him as well too. So that'll see how that ends up.
Yep. Yeah, I think Wood, from what I watch him, I could imagine him being that Matt Carpenter, 25 home run, 35-40 double guy. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe he'll develop into the 35 home run guy. Obviously, he's crushing it now,
right?
But will he ever become the 45 home run guy? I don't know. Will we ever see a?
That's tough.
The Manny Ramirez card we have here. Will we ever see that out of him? I don't know. He could be a perfectly good player, and obviously he's young and coming of age here. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One more thing here too with Matt Olson. There's somebody that has him on the team for the 2025 set, and how different his card could be in 2026. He's kind of just he's a good 10, one of the better first base cards, but it could explode into something a lot better here, especially with the doubles.
So yeah, the interesting thing with the 10s is you just especially at first base, is you want a little bit of variety because you're not going to have a ton of speed differences and fielding differences. You end up with a pretty narrow band of what first baseman can be. And because there's no, the defensive requirements are much lower for first base, you end up with a lot of 10s. So, Olsen has kind of pegged himself into the 10, 18 to 20 speed C, and Freeman has pegged himself into the 10, 19 to 20 speed C the last couple years. Mm-hmm. Those two guys. So, it looks like they're kind of pacing right on that, right? They're... Mm-hmm. It is kind of nice when you're putting a set together to just have old reliable.
Yeah.
So somebody comes in drafts, it's hey, I have my 10, 18 to 20, 16, 17 double for whatever that ends up 400 and some odd points, right? Mm-hmm. So it's nice that those things are there, even if it doesn't fit a strategy excellently. Where that Schwarber card fits, the power lineup's great, right? Because he's basically on pace to either have the card he has this year or the card he has this year without a double, which is probably even better for people who want the min-max. Mm-hmm. My team would love to save 30 points and just drop that double down to a single. Yeah.
Well, I think, Stanton for your team that you have right now on base in 8, but that 15 to 20 home run is just awesome. So, yeah.
We've said it. I'm going to get you to watch Big Fish here, but it's like, you don't have much, but what you have a lot of.
Yep. Yeah, I guess one more point here is it's exciting to see a couple of catchers down in that 8+8, the 35 pace. Everybody likes to get a little power out of the catching spot.
And you got one at the 45. I mean, it's tough because you have like the best offensive catching season ever last year.
Right.
So it's like, it's tough to like get too excited. I would say Buxton. I guess we'll kind of use that to top off here, right? So we'll look at the very top of the pyramid here. What we're looking at. Schwarber's looking like he's going to have the card from last year. Maybe he drops that 15 double. Maybe he keeps it, but just about the same, right? The on base, especially the outs, is probably going to fluctuate a good bit. Like that stuff can move a good bit. But I think I'm rooting for him to be the 9 low out 15 to 20 homer instead of the 10-16.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a great card.
Yeah,
with his speed, jeez.
Yeah, he's so slow, right? Like, he would just be like, you get him for like 490 or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Buxton's the one here that's like you got to root for because he's so much different than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's going to be, speed A, probably not plus 20 speed, but probably 20 on the nose. But it's like
if he can be at 20 speed, if he's going to be 16 home run, even 17 home run, that'd be huge.
Yeah, so he's an 8 here, right? So if he's an 8, he's an 8, 15 to 20. So he's basically a speed A Stanton, except for he's got a ton of extra base hits in there too.
Right. Yeah.
So
he's hitting a 12 at a single plus that's really nice.
Yeah, so this one's a 16, right? So this past year he's an 8, 16 to 20. So if he goes to 15 to 20, you start putting him at like a 550.8, 560, which is tough.
That's
We've done 2 leagues and he hasn't been taken.
Yeah, that's tough. People aren't going to take those high .8s. It's tough.
I wonder, right? Like after looking at this league, I mean, I would be more tempted.
The way the league is running, I probably would be tempted as well if you're going for a power lineup, especially with the way the 2026 set might be way it's looking towards power. It might be an attractive option.
Well, and especially so if either of these guys hold, right, if Alvarez ends up the 11, right, I think it's tough to get him on a power team because people are just going to gravitate to the 11 either way.
Right.
Like people take Judge from this past set who aren't necessarily into like just power like I am.
Right. Yeah, I think the Judge is on the team they focused on starting pitching. They put all their points in, I think, right? I think they had a lot of them. So.
Yeah, but if it's like, so say Schwarber keeps the 10, it's like you could go Schwarber 2, Buxton 3, where it's like if Schwarber walks, you don't just have double plays behind him. Mm-hmm. There's there's something there that's interesting. Goodman is a 7, right? Even if it's a 7, 14 to 20 speed B with a pretty humble arm, like that's probably unplayable at 480 points or whatever they end up being.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're kind of just rooting for him to get up to be that 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that 6 and lower catchers that makes it tough. If it's going to be a higher speed set as well, that doesn't bode well.
Yeah, and then Rice isn't going to have catcher eligibility. It would be nice if he had even if he had that catcher +3 like this past year. Like he's just kind of a first baseman. It's just the bar is just higher there if you can't catch.
Right, and first base is always so deep. It's hard to see something like that. What would it be at first base competing with everybody else that's there?
Yeah, I mean, so right now he would have the Nick Kurtz card from last year. Which is a great card, right? Like that's fun. The 9, 16 to 20s are great. Mm-hmm. So it's like this is when you're looking at it like this. It's like one, you kind of want someone to join the mix. It's nice because there is like a good like amount of positional variance of these 5 folks. And then you add in the guy from the White Sox, the Murakami.
Yeah.
Yeah, Murakami. You get an extra first baseman who's a different kind of first baseman. So it's like, you kind of want someone to hop in here, even if it's another corner outfielder. But this is I like this. This like it's like no cause for concern, even if it's going to be a somewhat lighter set than the year before.
Yeah. There's some diversity there, which is good.
Yeah, it's just something you want to eyeball initially. If it's like, hey, I got 5 guys and they all play. I mean, specifically if they all play first base, right? Like that's the biggest fear. Is like I got 5 guys, they all play first base, so like only realistically 2 of them can be on the same team.
Right. Yeah.
And then everyone's playing the same first baseman. So
Yankees scored 2 in the top of the 10th. So.
Who did?
Yankees scored 2 in the top of the 10th. So
Oh.
going to the bottom of the 10th now, 4-2.
Okay, gosh. Did Caballero steal a base there? That would at least be good for my fantasy team.
No, he struck out.
And completely was signaling Chapman's pitches in the bottom of the 9th, or in the top of the 9th. So he's going to take one in the ear hole here from Chapman at some point later in his career. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, so the top 25 in on base are the 10s for my set. And these are guys who qualify for the batting title. Top 2 end up being the 11s. So this is what we had last time. We had Taylor Ward, who did he have 1 or 2 home runs or something?
Yeah.
When we did this, Alvarez and Turang were the 11s. Turang would be also a super interesting 11. All right, so let's roll it forward here to where we are now. A little bit less interesting on the 11s, right? Alvarez. Basically, looks like he'll take like a watered-down version of what Judge is, or it'll kind of be what Springer was, I suppose, right? That's a slower version of Springer.
Yeah.
From this past year.
I'm not a big fan of that Springer card either, so yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to figure out where that fits.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great if you're playing like the 2026 Blue Jays. Like the 2026 Blue Jays versus the 2026 Dodgers is a fun series because both of them are like 6,000 plus points. And that Blue Jays lineup is an 11 or a 10 Bichette, a 10 Guerrero, and an 11 Springer. So it's like he's interesting there. But if you don't have 6,000 points to roll with, it's tough to get your money's worth out of him.
Yeah.
So, Kurtz is basically going to be the 01 Giambi card from the original Giambi. Looks like we use pace if he gets the 11. Anyone else you're seeing on here where it's like, that one stands out?
There's a lot of just unfamiliar names in here in the 10 category too, and we'll see how they. Like I don't even know who Sam Adenachi is.
Is he like the second baseman for the White Sox?
Oh, maybe.
I mean, he's come on like gangbusters. Taylor Ward's actually like, he hasn't fallen off. He hasn't hit a ton of home runs either since.
Yeah.
Trout's been dinged up, so let's see if he'll make the minimum. There's someone else. 3 Devil Rays here with the two Rays first basemen as 10s with Diaz and Aranda. So when you only
Diaz
have
will be
25 and not
Diaz will
every
be
team
there.
gets a 10. A good way to be disliked is to have 2 people at the same position. Like trying to think. Somebody had. I guess the original A's had Jaha and Giambi as a DH and a first baseman. And then the Diamondbacks, if you go into 01, go Durazo into Mark Grace.
Oh, yeah.
So there are like a couple of times where it's like, oh, just stock up there. Horowitz is an interesting one coming out of Pittsburgh. Yeah, people will come up and down. Interesting to see if Judge also gets dropped off. So there are a couple of older guys, like some guys who've been on here consistently, who it's like, all right, just get healthy, start getting your at-bats back. I believe every position is covered because Herrera catches. So it's like, that's nice when you could have a 10 at every position is nice. It's just something to flag when it's like, hey, like, you can't have a 10 third baseman. Like, it's just not in the set.
Yeah.
Because with 25, it's, like, limited enough that can't happen. James Wood also, like, not only is he hitting a ton, but basically, like, you can basically have, like, James Wood and Matt Olson, like, just two, like, have the corner outfield version of Matt Olson, of the 18 to 20 with doubles guy. So that'll be good. Who's the McGonigal is a rookie shortstop?
Yeah, for Detroit, right?
Yep. And then Otani's tough to get excited for too, right? Because he has the 50-50 season, and then last year he has the McGuire season that the McGuire season, so it's like it's tough to get excited for like a 10, 1-2 out, 18-20, which would be for a lot of guys like their best card by a lot.
Right.
like that'll be Kettle Marte's best card, right? This last year, and for Ohtani, it's like, well, that's a big step back. Soto coming back from injury, he's up and running.
Yeah, see if we can have a vintage Trout there too. Get him back to his standard card.
Yeah, he's got the hammy, so when he comes back, he's not going to steal, right?
Yeah.
And they might be mathematically eliminated now. I don't know.
Boston tied it up, winning run on third base.
What? So they have two runs. Like, when they need to score runs in a short amount of time, I just don't have a ton of faith.
Yoshida actually did something. He hit a double.
That guy, he is. So he was slap hitting pretty well for he had the on base up high, but it wasn't no slug. And then he had a home run this series. Now he's got a double. So
yeah,
he's on the sauce. We're waiting for Brian Anderson to throw some shade his way for getting on the juice. All right, so this is the quarter-way mark. ERAs. So the on base, the on base is actually relatively stable. So the high water mark was 426. High water mark here at the quarter-way mark at the halfway mark is 427. Yeah. Right, on base, people will move up and down, but
it's gonna stay right in that range. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not often that someone can go a quarter of the season with a 525 on base percent.
Right.
That doesn't have the last name Bonds, right? It's just not it's just not really doable, right? But ERA is actually you can go you can be Christopher Sanchez and not give up a run in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Which is unusual, but it can happen. So we had a bunch of guys here. 218 was the 10th guy was 218. Now the 10th person is 267.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are you seeing from the jump, from the quarter to the half mark?
I see a lot of people that don't have the track record.
Yeah, you don't have a card from last year, and Miz would be the one guy you'd go okay, he probably could have had a card last year. It was weird because the Brewers just happened to have 4 guys who basically pitched the whole season, and then he pitched part of it. So it's he's the number one pennant run card from last year. So it's okay, he's the outlier, but you still have 3 guys halfway through the year who didn't even have one last year. Couldn't be in the top 4 on their team. So Schlittler, we'll go through the week 9 of our league. But I messaged you this week with this card, and I was hey, I think your stats are off. His ERA is way off. And then I went and checked weekly, so I'm no, I guess not.
Nope, he's getting the short end of the stick on the rolls. This has been brutal. Yeah.
Well, he's about to get an awesome card. If you're in the top... So, basically, there's 2... in the top 10, these guys get made custom, and they get the cards that are... that you just can't get normally, right? So you get 2 6s, 2 5s, 2 4s, 2 3s, and 2 2s. So what you don't want to be is right here where Nick Martinez is.
Yeah, he's going to fall off. That's yeah. I've experienced with Nick.
It always works out that the guy who's 9th or 10th is always it's going to be Eduardo Rodriguez, right? It's somebody who
yeah, some random person. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't end up being Chris Sale, right? It's not some guy. It always ends up being some guy where it's this is the one time he's going to be on this spot in the list.
Mm-hmm.
Because these 2 spots, the 9 and 10 slots, those are the 2 1 to 19 out guys.
Right.
Which are awesome if you're playing a single team. I can't remember who have them this year. Is it the guy from the Padres? Is it Michael King or is it Pavetta? It's one of them.
I don't remember. Yeah, neither of them are in the league.
I think one year was one of them. In the 2024 is one of them, and the 2025 is the other one.
Okay. So some of them never get taken.
Yeah, they never get taken in draft because it's you just get killed by me.
Right. Yeah.
Which is weird because actually, if we added 2 more teams, I would be really tempted to take one of those guys at 400 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because your offense just start thinning out a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and they just mow guys down.
Yep.
Like we went through the 0-1 set, and it was like they didn't want to do 1 to 18 outs because it was like too demoralizing. so if you have a 1 to 19 out, it's like the guy just hands you the dice back.
Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so the guys here you expect. So of the guys who have a card listed, who do you think drops off? You're going against Nick Martinez?
Yeah, for sure. Once he piles up some innings, it's gonna go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go against Rodriguez when he was with the Red Sox. Just absolutely like would flirt with danger. He was like the worst version of Palpabon. Like he'd have a whip like in like the twos.
Yeah.
He'd have like a lower ERA than you'd expect, but it was like the way you would get there would be bad. Speaking of which, did we get that guy in from third?
You did.
We won.
5-4. Yep.
Well done. Perfect. Actually,
Sweep the Yankees. Anytime the Yankees are swept, it's a good day.
Even if it's against our best interest, I'm for it.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
We can lose games later on. We have plenty of time to lose games. These are games we needed to win. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with
Rodriguez would have been my second pick. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so the Rays, they seem to be able to keep guys going. So Rasmussen holds it, and the guys who besides Miz, we're going to just put him in his own category, right? Mm-hmm. Which guy without a card is most likely to hold it?
To hold it, I've seen Max Meyer pitch a couple times, and his stuff is really good. I think as long as he can stay healthy, he's can potentially be the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, Chase, it's so tough when it gets hot there in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm. That bam box they play in,
I just can't imagine they're going to hold if they have 2 top 10 guys. Like you earned it there. Mm-hmm. So I would probably go with Meyer as well there. So. All right, so checking in here. By the way, the only guy here who had a top 10 card from the year before was Christopher Sanchez, who I apparently named Jose
Soriano.
So Soriano was on this list last time. All right, here are a couple odds and ends from relievers. So guys over 50 innings pitched. This top left, these are guys who are on pace for the 7-inning pitch card. There's only 3 in the 2025 set. I think 3 is kind of the low water mark. I would kind of want between like 3, and then I don't know once it gets above about like 7 or 8, I definitely wouldn't be doing anyone any favors to put anyone in there. Mm-hmm. So sub 1 ERA, that's how you get like the custom reliever cards that are like better than you'd be like a 4-1 to 18 without a single at all, or with Chapman or the Billy Wagner card. The win-loss, this is how you get your, when I'm making my sets, this is how people get, their 6s, is if they have the huge wins. And then the big Ks is just, the gray chart. So, here's where we were last time again. We're going to see a little bit of a thinning out like normal. Mm-hmm. 6 guys with 100-plus innings. I think somebody, Gavin Williams, maybe, hopped on there today because he happened to pitch on Sunday instead of the Saturday stats. Who do you think drops off the list and doesn't get to 200 innings pitched?
Oh, geez. Waka, probably.
Yeah, I told my nephew drafted Waka early in at the beginning of the year. I'm like, I think he's shot. So you should listen to me for fantasy advice. Come back here for more hot takes. The best thing you can do for your fantasy career is just have me trash it.
I'm holding my breath on Evo. The second, I'd go with Evaldi as well. He's getting up there in age, and he's probably got another 15-day IL stint. Right? He might. Well, I'm just afraid of injury. He's already been injured once this year, so.
Oh yeah, he had a knee that pushed him back like a day, which is.
He missed one start. Yeah, he missed one start. So
did he miss? He had one where he was just pushed back a day. He didn't even miss the start. He just kind of
yeah, they skipped him in the rotation one time, and then he got pushed back.
I think he's got one. Yeah, I guess he's got the 16 as opposed to the 17. But he also could, because he's not going to make the All-Star game, right? And then he's going to.
Right.
So he might double up, right, where he pitches before and right after. He doesn't. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like he pitches back-to-back days.
Yeah, he get back starts. Yeah, he could.
And then he could be him or DeGrom will get forced at the end if you need him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it depends how close it is at the end. They might get an extra start in there too.
Yeah, so he's he could get there on weird stuff. Schlittler doesn't pitch a ton for as effective as he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's number 2 in ERA. He's made all of his starts, and he's limped into the 100.
Right. Yeah, I could see that happening. I guess he probably throws a lot of pitches. Would be a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah, and a lot of walks, right? So
Walks,
like that, like the card you have that has the double walk and the single, like that's kind of how he pitches. Like he nibbles a good for like the amount of stuff that he also only pitches one way, which is like up in the zone gas.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll eventually like figure out some different stuff, but like when people start seeing it, like they're not maybe they can hit it, maybe they can't, but like he's not fooling a ton of people.
Yeah, well, he's cut his walk rate in half this year so far, so we'll see if that holds. If that ticks up, then for sure he's gonna lose this. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the pitches are up. I think he's getting people to swing at him. Mm-hmm. Alcantara, Sanchez, he's obviously come back down to earth and immortal. I think he's a lock. I think Alcantara is a lock.
Yeah.
Especially if he gets traded to someone who like needs him to start.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he gets traded here and has like 140 innings, and then like we get that CC Sabathia thing where
grind him down to the earth. Yeah,
drive it like he stole it. So I feel good about getting to the 3. I don't feel good that we're gonna that there are too many people below this. Except for Logan Webb, who might. So there are a couple of names who could hop up here. It's not like Miz is gonna start pitching a bajillion innings.
No, they're gonna. Yeah, they will be smart not to at least.
Mason Miller as the leader in the clubhouse to be the Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Aaron Ashby go to win 20 games as a reliever. There's just so much randomness there. I thought there was randomness like when he had 7 the first time, but he just keeps stacking them up. Somebody, he's with the Brewers, right? Somebody tell me, does he just come in to finish off the 5th inning for somebody?
I'm not too familiar with the Brewers, so I'd be interested to know how is he getting this many wins.
Yeah, is it just some randomness here? Of the starters, anybody you think makes a run at nobody really gets to 20 anymore, but gets to 18, 19? Sonny Gray.
If Mizorowski makes the starts, the Brewers aren't going to be in contention. Sanchez as well, pitching where he's pitching.
Yeah,
you got to be on the right team for it. That's the big thing.
Well, the problem is if you're a top 10, then you get opted out of the you're not going to be the 6-1 to 15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're going to end up Carlos Rodon always ends up being a 6-1 to 15 because he has an ERA of 4.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes 17 and 8 because he plays. The Yankees just crush behind him.
Yeah. Well, Robleski fits the profile of somebody who just sneaks in there and gets 18 wins because of the team they play for. Something like that. Yeah.
So that's absolutely someone who could be a 6-1 to 18. Sonny Gray is not the type of guy to get.
Right.
I don't know how he's won as many games. He lost. He lost what should have been a win tonight. And then again, Chase Burns is the top 10. Davis Martin. I'm sorry. He was the White Sox. He was in the top 10. He's come back down to earth a little bit, but they hit.
Yeah.
So Andrew Benintendi, for some reason, in the big markets, shrinks. But when he's with, but if nobody's watching, that guy, he turns into Ted Williams. But then he'll get traded to somewhere that has local papers and whatnot, and just falls apart. All right, the top 10 strikeout. There's no rhyme or reason. You just end up with more strikeouts on your chart. There's nothing magical here. Anyone besides Miller kind of jump off as the big strikeout guy you're looking for?
Not really. There's a couple of Blue Jays guys on here, which is interesting.
Cease being outside the top 10, having a normal out distribution, a number of outs on your card, but then having a disproportionately high amount of strikeouts is always interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seeing Devin Williams' name after what he's been through is good to see. I haven't been paying attention to him at all, so to see him on a list like this is pretty cool.
Yeah, Alex Vesia, I mean, all the love to him and his family, right? Feel good story there. That guy just, he's going to throw his arm out or something. He is. He comes out jazzed every time. I think there's a couple of Phillies here with the Alvarado and Duran. So the Phillies are shaping up to have a pretty impressive team. Schwarber has the home run numbers we expect. Harper will get the 10. whether he gets to 10 speed A at first base. Depends on how it gets distributed. But then you get Sanchez as a top 10 card, and then you have 2 guys out of the pen. And then they're going to have a bunch of competent starters. So, like, the Phillies, who probably, they'd have to go on a tear to make the World Series, could have, like, an impressive showdown team here.
Mm-hmm.
So, right.
Yeah, I mean, Duran is nuts. If you haven't seen him pitch, like, just watch the movement on some of his pitches. It's crazy how anybody can even touch it. It's impressive.
Yeah, his stuff moves. There are guys who gas it, and it's like, okay, like, it's tough to tell, right? Like, obviously, you see the late swings and all that, but it's tough to, really tell the difference between, like, 97 and 104 on TV.
Right.
Like, but, like, when the guys have, like, the Frisbee going on, like...
Yeah. Was it Duran's got a splitter, or I think he's got a splitter that's just, like, it's just nuts, and it's, like, 98. It's just untouchable. It's like watching some of the stuff that Shohei can throw sometimes. Like, he's got really nasty movement on fast pitches.
So there's a question. You think Shohei ends up in, like, the top 10? I mean, is he going to qualify for the ERA title, I guess? Like,
he's been pitching more innings lately. I think he's been going at least 6, but pitching that extra inning, he's been allowing runs. So I know he's been dealing with a blister, too, so that might slow him down.
Yeah, I mean, no one's winning the Cy Young as long as Miz is, like, then there's no shade towards Ohtani or any other mere mortal here, right? Like, who's pitching. Whose card are you the most excited for here at the halfway mark?
I might say, honestly, some of the guys that are different from the 2025 set. Like I said, like I mentioned earlier, like Junior Caminero, I'm really interested to see I think he's a really exciting player. I think he could have something really cool there as far as the hitters go. Pitching wise, just to see what Mason Miller can end up with. Like, is it going to be better than the Chapman card from 2025? It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, if it's better, it's just because he's going to get more strikeouts.
Right. Yeah.
Like, he's just going to have a bigger K.
Yeah. It's like you've said before, like, it's hard to get excited about anything on the pitching side because the pitching cards are kind of going to be what they're going to be. There's not a whole lot of variability you can do to it, but there's some different things you can do on the hitters to get some different, either the chart's different or the combination of on base and speed or the position can make things interesting.
Yeah, like the guy that's interesting to me, and I messaged you about this, was like Brandon Marsh is on pace to have like a pretty good, like I think he's a 9 with low outs, but he would have like very little single.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's like a him and a Rise combo there that like would pair well with like if there's a Bobby Witt type guy or a Corbin Carroll, Pete Crow Armstrong like lineup that starts to like come together where there's these like speed extra base hit guys followed by high single low walk guys who still have decent on bases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you make some interesting lineups. Yeah,
so it's like those guys. It's like okay, like these clusters of players. Like we're just not gonna have the power that we had last year, right? So that's so the interestingness has to come from different places. I think Pete Crow Armstrong, like if there's 2 Corbin Carrolls, right? If he becomes like at that tier of player, like kind of rooting for that. I know we kind of made the joke because it was a social media post, and he's just gone like gangbusters for 3 weeks since.
Yeah, see if it continues. Yeah, I'd be curious to see how much thought there would be in a draft as far as if it's a different kind of set to see if it is thought or if it is just going off after that. What you say the number in the upper right, the on base is where people give thought to how they construct their lineup.
Yeah, I think this is going to, I mean, one, like, after making the 2025 set, it's like, okay, like we need to juice the middle. And probably a couple more plus 20 speed guys in key spots. So it should be a faster set. Like it should play faster. The fielding should come down a little bit. So that'll be there. The set should play a little bit different. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out and how people change their draft strategy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've talked about it. That last set is like the 2025 set is like at the top end for power is crazy, and like people really didn't lean into it besides me, even in the 12 team. So it's like what happens? Like what happens with like that Schwarber card if he's the only one, and then it's all like the the 9, 16 to 20s, and there's just a couple of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd be curious to see how, because if they're all taken in the first round, like, where do you go? Yeah.
Yeah, but then if there are more, like the other question is like, so say they end up with 7 inning pitch guys, like, is the difference between 3 and 6 like actually material at that point? I mean, the problem with 3 7 innings pitch guys, like they almost don't exist.
Right. Yeah, you're going to face them. 12-team league. You'll face 3 of them, and so it's just get through it.
Yeah, and nobody has 2 of them, right?
No, nobody has 2 of them.
Yeah, so it's like if you can put 2 7 inning pitch guys on the same team, now you can have a thinner. There's a different type of team you can put together that's not really possible.
Who's the third? It's Sanchez and Webb.
Crochet.
Crochet, that's right. Yeah.
And so Crochet can't even really be stretched, right? Like, I mean, he is. He can, and he is, but...
Yeah, because Crochet's on the team that has the Scooble and Crochet, so they don't have a 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so, teams. Scooble, like, leads the league, and, Scooble's just pitching tired excellently.
Yeah.
And Crochet probably would be in the Cy Young running if he had to pitch, like, a half an inning less. If he pitched 1 less inning every other series.
Right, yeah.
Because you're saying he gets in trouble in his last inning.
Yeah, he gets in trouble in his last inning, and that's just, they've got, I think they've got Evaldi in the 3rd spot there, but then the 4th spot's 0 5-inning pitch guy. So, and only 3 relievers, so it makes it hard to choose when you're going to throw those relievers. You got to save them based on the tired rules we use.
Yep, and then Ohtani, like this set probably like his default should be a double-faced card.
Mm-hmm.
Like where last time, like I've made a double-faced version of him, but I don't like have it as his default because he pitched so little.
Yeah, but he'll have the innings to at least be worthy of having that pitching side.
Yeah, and then you and I have talked about. I'm gonna tease this out. There's another guy who I think will end up with a double face card, which I think is super interesting.
Yeah, it is super interesting. Yeah,
we're gonna sit on that. It is not something that I have seen, and I would be very interested to see how a draft environment warps around that.
Yep.
All right. Any other thoughts here before I let you go?
No, it's hard to believe we're kind of halfway through. It's been a good season so far. A lot of different storylines, and it's good to see a lot of different names in these top lists. Makes things interesting to see how things progress over the rest of the year. And with trade deadline coming, see what changes from there. Yeah,
I think we'll do a bit. Yeah, we'll keep up with the trades here, and then the trade deadline's like the next big thing because then it's like then the water settles. Like people are where they're going to be, and then we can kind of just figure it, sprint to the finish.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this has been another week of This Week in Showdown. Thanks again, Yawggy.